offense. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready.
Two and a throw right away. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. To throw, Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the yard as it brings up a third and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on it. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Play fake. Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. It was a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Second and 7. Cook up the gut. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Two and now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On play action, Cousins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns out incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Cousins. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So we're even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And for a while when this place opened, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Now an end around as Cousins have just popped this forward.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and then looked at a nice little gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Cousins.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have moved out in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to pass. Tua.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They almost gave it right back to him there with another interception of their own. And to be honest, he probably should have caught that and picked it off.
And he knows it, and he'll see it in film, and he'll see it in his dreams tonight when it's all said and done. But you almost felt like the excitement had been ramped up, and they were
looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is indeed good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball down.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day three corners end up winding up on special team.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins.
Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Tua sets up to pass it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Gets around him. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tua. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he's got it inside the 10. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Tackle made there by Eric Rowe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Second down, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. Give him 18 on the play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now an in route as Cousins will just pop this forward.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Touchdown! Adam Thielen from 17 yards out. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back near the goal line, Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, nice move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try to pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And this one complete to Smith. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They run the counter with Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Okay, right?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
2 now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Here's Cook again. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing here, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Credit Melvin Ingram, able to get into the backfield and make the stop. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Left side, Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Play fake, Cousins.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. 8.
The 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jersey?
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Miami, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I ain't meaning them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them just like my keys, drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts are keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth.